Okay.
Yes, Manish, go ahead.
Yeah, what I was saying is, like whatever we are, like the way we are living the life, right? We go through up and downs, and sometimes we feel that okay, things are getting very tough, or it's not working, and you lose interest, and you start feeling negative thoughts. But if you associate all those challenges, all those the practical things of life with the heart, that yes, if you really focus on the power of your heart, and if you really believe, and if you really follow the practices to use the power of your heart, you can sail through life with more confidence and ease. Things take their own time, but it really gives the confidence you need to navigate through life. So that's what I really liked about this book, and I practiced that in my life and really helped me. Yeah. कहते हैं ना जो
Fantastic.
या वो कहते हैं ना जो होना है तो मतलब ना करके भी कोई फायदा नहीं है, तो if you're not if you really understand the power of the heart and really follow that, it will give you the push you need to live a good life. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what I understood from this book.
Excellent. Now, yesterday, when I talked about this book, when I mentioned about this book, and all the groups where many of us are there, I also shared 3 videos. How many of you have watched that video?
I saw about La Pape a little bit, but not the entire thing. Yesterday
Mhm.
I had a very busy day, you know. There are days when it is so busy.
Mhm.
No, no, I have also not watched.
Mm. So I mentioned it very clearly in the message that requesting everyone to watch this interview of Baptiste de Pape, the author of the book, and make yourself familiar with the book and its author before starting reading the book together. So,
Okay,
and
now you told surely I will
yeah, see,
watch.
there's a purpose behind it. See, you are not in a normal book reading group. When you are reading the book with me, you are in a very special group. You are taking out your time to invest in yourself. So if you're not ready with that, you are missing out of lot of things. आपको पता ही नहीं आप क्या miss out कर रहे हो. Then it is just an entertainment. Every Sunday morning, I am at a 6:30 a.m. session till 8 a.m. just for an entertainment 90 minutes straight. This is not an entertainment session, by the way. It is edutainment session. You educate yourself. At the same time, you enjoy that education. You apply it in your life and make a difference in your life. I also wrote something there. I wrote, my dear, lovely, divine angel, starting tomorrow, we will be on one of the most fascinating journeys of our life. We are going to dive really deep into the heart and mind of our journey with this amazing book. Take it seriously. We're ready to act as we read every page of this book, every moment, till we reach the last page of this book. See, if I take so much time to write, why don't you have time to read it? If I am figuring out YouTube videos for you, you only need to watch it for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Why don't you have time for yourself? I wrote, let's discover together how each one of us is fundamentally designed to achieve anything in life. I also mentioned one caution that don't hurry to read the book in one go on your own. Let's stay consistently tuned with the group and let the group dynamics work magical wonders for each one of us. Let's make our life amazing. See, this shows that how serious you are in your life. This shows that whatever you have achieved in your life and whatever you cannot, उसके पीछे क्या काम कर रहा है. So I have a very special request to each one of you. 9 people who said they will be there in the session, I didn't find any of them yet, except me. Out of those 9 people who participated in a poll which I posted. So I have a very special request for you. See, if I am taking out 90 minutes of my time to read this book along with you, there's a purpose behind it. And if you're really not that serious, I'm absolutely straight with each one of you. You don't need to be here. This is not an entertainment session at all, at least from this Sunday onwards. If you're serious, please be. If you're not serious, you can do anything else which is more important for you. But don't be here. You don't deserve it, neither this deserves you. Let me share uh, why I am talking about all these things. Today, as we reflect on the power of the heart, a book which is written by a gentleman called Baptiste de Pape, and he wrote this book in 2017, and there's a history behind it. What made him wrote this book? He also uh, produced a movie on this, like The Secret Book. This is also a movie which was done first, and then the book came. So today, as we reflect on this journey, we are invited into a profound shift from living by the mind's noise to awakening the wisdom of the heart. The Papa's journey begins not in certainty but in confusion, like many of us. As a young law student, he faced anxiety about the future until a moment which, inspired by Eckhart Tolle and Oprah Winfrey, changed his decision or changed his direction of life. He realized that life is not about chasing ambition, but about answering a deeper calling, what life is asking us to become. He realized this. Life is not about chasing ambition, but about answering a deeper calling, what life is asking us to become. This realization led him across the world, engaging his extraordinary minds and hearts such as Maya Angelou, Deepak Chopra, Paulo Coelho. Their collective wisdom reveals a powerful truth. And the truth is, heart is not merely an organ. It is an intelligent, intuitive force guiding us towards authenticity, purpose, and fulfillment. The book teaches us that when we listen deeply to our heart, we uncover hidden talents, dissolve fear, and align with a life of meaning. It reminds us that qualities like gratitude, forgiveness, love, and intention are not abstract ideas. They are transformative forces. You might be hearing about all these words: gratitude, forgiveness, love, intention. They are not abstract ideas. They are transformative forces. And this book is an outcome of a deep scientific research over years. In a world driven by logic, performance, and external validation, this book is a scientific work. It's a gentle yet powerful reminder that true success is internal. It is felt, not measured. We just read a book, Don't Believe Everything You Think, where the author was connecting to a very important aspect of life, that all the miseries that is happening in our life is just because of our thinking. Because the thought is natural, which is coming to us, but thinking is an expectation, is an outcome of our expectation. With that thought, when we connect the dots with our past experiences, we expect something out of it. And when that expectation doesn't match it, matches which doesn't match most of the time, it leads to suffering. And in this book, what De Pape discovered is that as we go on the journey, it's not thinking that makes things happen for us. It's the feelings that make things happen for us. Because when the heart leads, Life doesn't just happen, it unfolds with purpose. So I have a very special request to each one of you with my folded hands. I'm very clear about it. That every book which I choose to read on a Sunday morning, I do lot of research on it. Lot of research. कितना research मैं करता हूँ, you can't even think about it. The way I plate inform, like I cater it to you. It's just like the ways like you people cook. You take such a long time to cook a dish. When it is catered on the plate, on the dining table, it doesn't take much time to eat it. That is exactly what I'm doing for you. So you don't need much time to get to what I'm discovering, what I'm preparing for yourself, for you guys. Take it very, 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 very seriously. We are not in an entertainment game at all. So I have a very strong request. I don't know how you are getting it, how you are getting this message to you. The message is absolutely strong. If something is given to you, come to the session fully prepared. Fully prepared, because I am taking a lot of time to share those messages with you. I may stop sharing those messages. Why should I share those messages with you? Tell me. Give me one reason. Now let me tell you the magical part. It's not that I am doing all this favor to you. Universe want this message to come to you. The universe is only using me as a medium to pass on these messages to you. Okay? So it's not that I am doing anything. Practically, I am not doing anything. Universe is using me to pass on these messages to you. नहीं तो आप तक वो पहुंचा क्यों? And the most beautiful part of this book is, as as we continue our journey, we'll discover that you don't need to find your purpose in life. The purpose in life will find you. You may be struggling so far. Many of us are doing that to discover what is our purpose in life. We don't need to do that. We don't need to work hard for it. The purpose with which you have been sent on this earth will find you. If the purpose has find you to send on this earth, the purpose also knows what to get done by you. It is just like the director of a movie. If the director has chosen certain people to play certain characters, the director knows. He knows or she knows कि आपको कहाँ पे कौन सा रोल किस तरीके से प्ले करना पड़ेगा, कौन से डायलॉग्स देना पड़ेगा, कैसे ड्रेस पहनने पड़ेंगे, what kind of costumes you will be wearing, what kind of makeup you will be taking. Everything is decided by the director. You don't need to do anything. You just need to walk into the set. That's it. The purpose finds you. Or the purpose behind selecting these actors is to make sure the movie should come up the way it is supposed to come up, so that these actors play the role such that the purpose of the movie is served. And as you all know, in most of the movies, probably in all movies, people who play the roles, they are just the face of the movie. There are hundreds and thousands of people associated with movies whom you possibly see or you don't see. Like all the technicians behind the camera, the musicians, they have all their roles. So if you are looking forward to or asking yourself, I am looking for what is my purpose in life, you don't need to do that. The purpose will already find you. The purpose has already found you. That's why you're on this earth. And the purpose knows what to get done through you. The point is, are you ready or not? That is the most important thing. Amitabh Bachchan doesn't know that in which movie he will be casted by which producer or which director next. But he is prepared. And that director, that producer will cast him. So that is the story with us, and that is what we will be discovering as we are on this journey with this book. That's exactly where we are heading. Okay, sounds interesting, exciting, encouraging, motivating, inspiring.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
At least, so whatever message you send in this, especially in this group, surely we will read.
It's not about we, Nilesh, it's all about I.
Yeah, yeah, I
How
will
do you
read.
know we will read? How many of you of people who are around with you right now they have done it? So the
There are
starting point is I.
many messages are in many groups, but as you are taking so many efforts, at least in this Sunday morning group, especially
Yeah,
your message, I will read.
because they are not my messages, by the way. They are messages intended for you. The universe is using me to pass that message to you. That's it. To pass on that message to you. You have to give that message that much of importance. Then the purpose will find you. The purpose is still trying to find you, but you are not ready. Okay. So this is not about reading the book. It's actually living the book. So I want all of you to join these sessions with that mindset, living the book. So what I'm going to do, let me share one of the videos. Let me play it for you. And there's a purpose behind it again. Because anyway, this message has to come to you. So you haven't read it yesterday, that's perfectly all right. Nothing wrong with that. This is just you need to observe this is how you are. This is how you give importance to things in your life. Okay? So don't consider that anything wrong over there. This is it. Sadhguru says something very beautiful. He says that this is it, that's it, whether you accept it or not. This is it is, that's it. It really doesn't matter whether you accept it or not. But this is it. Whatever you can see in front of you is this. This is it. There is nothing right about it. There is nothing wrong about it. This is it. That's it. Okay. So if this book has come to you, the book has found you. It's not you found the book, by the way. The book found you. Okay. So take this seriously. Many things that you are looking forward to do in your life, you are still unable to do it. And you don't know what could be the reason. This book will help you to do that. One of the reasons being that when you are born, the first organ that you get is your heart. That's the first organ. The brain comes later. The brain comes after the heart. So your heart is the first brain. Okay? That's why the importance of heart is very high, exceptionally high. So I just want you to listen to this interview, at least to get yourself acquainted with that what journey you are going to travel over the next maybe 8 to 10 weeks, 12 weeks ले लेते हैं. Okay. And now this time you watch this video with full attendance, with full attention. Don't let your attention go anywhere. So let me share my screen. So, one. All right, so here we go.
We did an experiment here at HeartMath to study how the information flows between the heart and the brain. And we actually discovered something quite remarkable, something that surprised us. The participants in the study were connected to various sensors to measure their brain waves, their heartbeats, and so on. And then they were exposed to various images. Some were high arousal, like a car crash or a snake striking, while others were low arousal images, like bunny rabbits in nature scenes. The participants were asked to push a button. They then saw a blank computer screen for 6 seconds. The computer then randomly selected one of these photographs that it displayed for 3 seconds. After that, the screen went blank for 10 seconds. They were prompted to push the button again, and they repeated this protocol about 30 times. When we analyzed all the data, the results were astounding. The heart seemed to know the images before the participants ever saw the images with their eyes. If the future picture was going to be one of the emotionally arousing ones, the heart rate started to drop about 5 seconds before the image was randomly selected to be shown on the screen. So nobody could know what this future picture was going to be. The heart had a much greater deacceleration than if it was going to be a calm picture. These results have since been replicated in many different independent labs around the world, actually. Well, a lot of people say that I don't feel it in my heart, I feel it in my gut. But here's what's really happening. The information comes to the heart first. The heart then sends a different signal to the brain, which we can measure. Then you have a brain response, and then a body response. And with the body response, like the feeling in the gut or the hair on the back of the neck, is where it becomes conscious. But the real flow of information is heart, brain, body. And this is all happening many seconds before the actual event occurs. So what this body of research is telling us is that the heart seems to be connected to a type of intuition that is not bound by the limits of time and space. But what is that source of intuition? What is the heart connected to? And how can we learn to tap into more of that?
Baptiste, thank you so much for joining here today. It's really an honor for me to talk to you. I've been looking so much forward to meet you. And you have made this amazing book. It's so wonderful. I'm very excited about it. And it's out in more than, in about 60 countries?
70.
70 countries, wow.
Yeah, including India, Japan, and South Korea now, yeah.
Amazing. Could you tell us a little about who are you and perhaps the story about, behind the story?
Yes, well, that's a good question. I was a lawyer in the city of Amsterdam, and I was just I was just offered a contract with a big international law firm, and I realized that I just didn't want to be a lawyer for the rest of my life anymore. I felt cut off from my aliveness. And of course, I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I knew that I didn't want to be a lawyer anymore, but I didn't know what my real purpose was. And in this period, I was looking for my purpose in life, and I was doing research on that. And I found a video, and it was part of a web class series, A New Earth, called A New Earth, that Oprah was hosting, and she was in conversation with Eckhart Tolle. And there was one particular video that was about finding your purpose in life. And Oprah said, I think there's nothing more important than finding your purpose in life. And then Eckhart said something that really changed my perception on how to find my purpose in life. He said, you can't get there through thinking. And I was trying to think my way to my purpose, because that was all what I have been taught, think your way to the solution. And he said, you can't get there through thinking. And he continued, he said, if you want to find your purpose in life, then you can ask yourself, what do I want from life? But a more powerful question would be, what does life want from me? What does the bigger picture want from me? And he said, if you want to find the answer to this question, what does life want from me, you have to look for moments of stillness. And the best way to do that is to go into nature. So the next day, I went into nature and I started walking. And while I was walking, I asked myself the question, what does life want from me? And I was walking. What does life want from me? What does life want from me? What does life want from me? And I did this for about an hour, and nothing happened.
No.
So I thought, well, it doesn't work. Maybe I should send Eckhart Tolle an email that it's nonsense, it doesn't work. But all of a sudden it started to rain, and it started to rain really hard. And I just thought, okay, I need a place to hide. So I was running and I found some big trees. And while I was standing under those trees, I felt I had a heart attack. And I felt, oh my God, I'm going to die here. And they're going to find my body here. And this is probably also the answer to the question, what does life want from me? Boom, it's over. But if I would describe the feeling, I felt there was a bone in my heart, and it broke. I even heard the feeling of a breaking, the noise of the breaking of a bone, and it was very painful. And then I started to cry. I started to cry really like I've never cried before. And I had an overwhelming feeling of love and of clarity and of peace. But most of all, a very powerful feeling of coming home. And when I was feeling this, the idea came to me, Pam, you have to make a film about the heart. And it was feeling so good, and it felt like coming home. That's it. And I immediately realized what Eckhart Tolle had said. He said, you can't get there through thinking. And this was not coming through my thinking, but coming through a feeling of powerful feeling of coming home. So I felt this must be it. This is my purpose, to make a movie about the heart. So then I was happy for about 2 minutes. I had this feeling, eureka, hallelujah. But after 2 minutes, my mind started to kick in. My mind said, you're crazy, you're a lawyer, so you don't know anything about the heart. And my mind said, you don't know anything about film production, and you don't know anyone in film production. But at that point, I started to follow the aliveness of my heart instead of my mind, because I realized my mind had not made me very happy until then. So I said, okay, I'm gonna follow my aliveness now. I'm gonna follow the voice in my heart. So that's how it started. And this was 5 years ago. Yeah.
Amazing. Do you really think that the heart is connected to the soul and the intuition?
Yes, I think the power of the heart is to be connected with who you are at the deepest level. So, if you would compare the mind with the heart, if you're on a boat on a river, then the mind can only see the next bend, the next turn on the river. But if you're on the same boat on the river, and if you are the heart, you can see the whole river from source to sea. But it's our challenge to learn to trust the heart. And we can only do that if we start experimenting with it. So the heart sees everything from a higher perspective. Why? Because it's our higher self, it's our soul, it's our true identity. And if you look at all spiritual traditions and religions, then the heart has been described as a source of wisdom and intelligence. And Lao Tzu and the Buddha and Jesus, they all said it. And science is now confirming that the heart can see events before they take place. So even science now says, okay, the heart knows things before our mind, our eyes can see it. Yeah.
And I know you did some experiments about the brain and the heart and the higher intelligence.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
The movie opens with an experiment that has been done in many independent laboratories all over the world, and I think you should see the movie to see the whole experiment. But basically, it shows that the heart can see events before they take place, and this has been done in many independent laboratories all over the world. So the heart knows before we know, in a way. So that is a scientific explanation for intuition. But also it's very interesting, when we are in a state of heart coherence, it's a state where we experience love, gratitude, appreciation, then our heart is sending signals to our brain, and our brain opens up. So we are using more of our brain capacity when we experience love. So we're more intelligent, measurably more intelligent. Yeah. So Paulo Coelho says in the movie, you will never ever reach your full potential if you don't open your heart. No. And I believe it's true. I mean, it is really our most important power source.
Pick any company in India right now, any company, and I will show you the exact 4-step system to get an
I believe that a person who is disconnected from his or her heart is not living. I know a lot of people who are dead, but they walk, they talk, they watch television, they work hard sometimes.
We're the only living form on Earth that can actually become the walking dead. We can actually cut off our own source to aliveness.
But somehow this spark of divine energy is lost. This happened to me. I said, oh, I want to be a writer. My parents said, oh, come on, Paulo, in Brazil, to be a writer in Brazil, nobody can make a living out of writing. I said, but I don't care, I just want to be happy. I just want to do something that it's going to give me fun. It's going to give a meaning to my life. And they said, no, 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 no. And then, of course, because I thought that old people are wiser, I said, okay, they have reason, let me do something different. But I could not. I quit the university. I was doing law. And I said, you have to burn your bridges. And I did burn my bridges. And I had no choice but to follow the thing that I wanted to do. So from the moment that I realized that I want to be a writer, I said, I'm going to be a writer. It may take 10 days, 10 years, or 20 years, but I'm going to write. And then I start by writing lyrics for songs. I start by writing articles for newspapers. I wrote my first book when I was 40, but at least I wrote my first book. So at the end, If you don't fulfill your dream, God finds 3, 4 times a way to kick your head and say, come on, don't forget your purpose in life. Give a chance to your dream. You're not going to regret. I'm not saying that you're not going to suffer. Huh? I'm not saying that you're not going to be defeated. I'm saying you're not going to regret.
Every time you have an intention, I think it's important to identify where is it coming from. Is it coming from your mind, your personality, your ego, your frightened parts, as Gary Zukav would say, or is it coming from your soul, your heart? And if your intention is coming from your soul, your heart, it is being supported by something bigger. You meet the right people, you have the synchronicities, you feel supported by something bigger. And that's what I experience right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't it both our beautiful heart most amazing thing and also the biggest challenge for us people?
It is true. What I've learned from interviewing all these people is that they did not choose to live from the heart. They first had a big crisis, like Eckhart Tolle. He wanted to commit suicide. He had a big crisis, but the crisis forced him to go inside and to realize that the conventional skills could not help him to go through the situation. So he was forced to go into the heart, and that's what you also see in the movie. So nobody wanted to live from the heart. He just wanted to fit in, to be normal. And then there is a big crisis. It's like a match that holds fire until it strikes against something, there is no flame. So we first need the resistance sometimes to go into the heart because we never choose it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What about fear? Do you think differently about fear now than before?
Yeah, fear is always there because if you start living from the heart, your main authority becomes here, your heart. So you don't listen to people or parents or authorities anymore, and everyone will think you're crazy. So you need courage. And Maya Angelou told me, if you are going to live from the heart, the most important virtue you need to develop is courage. And courage is, of course, derived from the French word cœur, which means heart. So, you will have to overcome your fear and your challenges because your heart has a different way of doing things, and people will not understand it. And one of the biggest fears we have is fear of not being accepted, fear of being rejected. Yeah, it's true.
What is the first step to get rid of fear? What is your experience?
Well, I think it's okay to have fear. The only thing is, I think it's not good if we are paralyzed by fear all the time. So we have to work with overcoming the paralyzation of the fear in a way. And, I've asked everyone I've interviewed, how do you connect with the heart? How do you stay connected with love? And they all said something different. Isabel Allende said, I connect with the heart when I'm riding and when I'm playing with my dogs. And Jane Goodall said, I connect with the heart in nature. And Maya Angelou said, I connect with the heart in stillness. And Eckhart Tolle said, I connect with the heart in the present moment. And Deepak said, I connect with the heart when I bring my conscious awareness to my heart. But they all have different ways of doing it. And I said, oh my God, that's very confusing. Because how is this going to be helpful for people? And then I realized we all are different. We all have a different blueprint. So I think we have to figure out for ourselves what resonates with us, but we can look at how they are doing it and then see what resonates with us, what connects with us. So we have an obligation, I think, to find our way of connecting with love in the heart. And that is the way to overcoming fear.
Yeah. Is it all about love?
Well, it all starts with self-love. If I don't love myself, I have nothing to give to the world. If you are on an airplane and the oxygen masks fall out, you first give yourself the oxygen mask because then only you can help your children or anyone else. So it's really important to first love yourself. It's the foundation of everything. It's what Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. So if you want to see more love in the world, love yourself first. Yeah.
What was the biggest challenge for you to make the book and the movie and all you did?
There are many. I had many challenges. The first 2 years I wanted to give up every day because nobody wanted to help me. I was speaking with film producers in Amsterdam where I live to figure out how I set up a film production, and they thought, we're not going to help him. Here's this crazy lawyer, and he wants to make a spiritual movie about the heart, and there's no money in it, and we don't do it in Holland. And one of the hardest things, if you set up a film production, and any film producer will tell you that is getting it financed. So that was really hard. Then if you get it financed, you have to find the right people, and it was also challenging, to get all those names on board. And but I think every time when it was challenging, I decided to go inside, to go into nature, to cultivate gratitude, and to ask my heart, okay, where is the aliveness now? What do you want me to do now? So I think every time you ask yourself, what makes me come alive now? Where is the aliveness now? And if you decide to follow your aliveness, and that's living from the heart, following your aliveness, I think then you will be guided, because the heart sees everything from a higher perspective. And I think every time we have to make a decision, and we have to make a decision all the time. You can look at it from a rational perspective, look at all the pros and all the cons. It's good to do that, but we also have to take into account how does it feel. And the center of that is the heart. That's where we have the communication with our higher self.
Synchronicity is largely due to intuition, where we end up in the right place at the right time because of that inner guidance. In other experiments we've done, we see that the heart can know the information about 20 seconds beforehand. But in real life, our intuition's not limited by these experimental protocols. And I think we have to be careful not to say that, well, intuition's only 20 seconds before an event, because we know in the real world, it can be hours or sometimes even days before an event actually occurs. Most people instantly think about going to Las Vegas and gambling or something. If intuition really works as I'm suggesting, it's really our own spirit working with us. So it's not always in our best behalf from that interaction between our higher self or our soul, whatever you want to call it. Every culture has their own name for it, that we go to Las Vegas and just win all the time. So intuition's really our own best friend. It's really the moment-to-moment inner guidance. When we get that feeling that something's just not right, or we shouldn't do something, or it can be a positive feeling that we really should do something or go to a certain place.
When we know all this about the heart and the higher intelligence, how can it help us in work, relationships, everything?
Well,
I know the answer is here, but...
Yeah, well, I think two things are important. One of the speakers in the movie and also in the book, Mark Nepo, he says, a fish cannot drown in water. A bird cannot fall from the sky. Each creature must find their own God-given element. And he says it's easy for fish and it's easy for birds. They know their element. But it's not so easy for us human beings. Why? Because when we are born, we don't get the manual, like, oh, yeah, you're supposed to be a cameraman, or you're supposed to be a plumber, and you're supposed to be an author, and you're supposed to be a lawyer. I mean, we don't get the manual, and all what we are offered is, linear, rational, logical thinking. And the challenge is we cannot get there through thinking. And I think we can only find our purpose, our life's mission, when we come into our heart. So we don't find our purpose. Purpose finds us when we come into our heart. So I think this book can be really helpful, and also the movie, to find your purpose in life. The other thing is, I asked all the people, I've interviewed wonderful people like Paulo Coelho, Isabel Allende, Maya Angelou, Eckhart Tolle, Deepak Chopra. If the heart is really a reliable source of intuition, how can we use it to improve all the important areas of our life? How can we use the intelligence of the heart to improve our relationships? How can we use the intelligence of the heart to improve our health? How can we use the power of the heart to make our career choices? And how can we use the power of the heart to improve our financial situation? And I think this book is a very practical book that can help us and support us in using the intelligence of the heart to improve all important areas of our life.
Beautiful. A lot of people have a lot of challenges about listening to their intuition.
Yes.
Is it the fear? Is it the intuition? Do you have something you can say about that? Is there an easy way?
Well, you have to be able to you have to spend time with yourself, and you have to learn what makes you come alive. And I was just in a radio show in LA last week, And there was a woman calling into the show, and she said, I connect with my heart when I play the piano. And I discovered that when I was 55. And you need to do the inner soul searching in a way. Because what I've discovered from interviewing all those people, there is not one way to connect with the heart, because we're all different, we all have a different blueprint, and we have to discover for ourselves how we do that. In the book, there are many ways from all the people I've interviewed, and we have to identify, okay, what resonates with me. For one person, it's like, what Jane Goodall does, going into nature all the time, and another person needs to meditate, and another person does it through yoga, and another person does it when she's painting, and a lot of people have it when they are writing, and when they start writing, they connect with their heart. So we really have to make that time for ourselves to discover how we connect with our heart. But I think that it comes down to one thing, in every moment, ask yourself, what makes me come alive? The power of the heart is to be connected with who you are at the deepest level, which is life itself. And if you are connected with life, then you will feel the aliveness. We are not human doings, we are human beings. And from being connected with life, we experience the power of the heart. And from there on, everything flows. A lot of people come up to me and they say, I don't know if I'm connected with my heart. And I say, well, if you feel aliveness, if you feel excitement, if you feel enthusiastic about something, then follow that. Go follow that. Don't make it too difficult. It's really very simple. So keep it simple, and don't think, meditation doesn't work for me. Yeah, if it doesn't work for you, figure out what works for you. Yeah.
Exactly. It's very individual.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all this. I'm very honored to talk to you. I'm looking forward to see you again. I'm sure I will.
Yes, well, it was so good to be with you. It was a privilege to be on your show, and I would like to say, if you want to know more, please go to our website, thepoweroftheheart.com, and I would like to invite everyone to also like our Facebook page, The Power of the Heart. You will recognize it because of the blue vignette. It means it's our official Facebook page. And if you like the movie and if you like the book, please share it with other people. Because if you share from your heart, and if you are connected with the heart, it has a ripple effect to the world. And that's how we change the world.
I will write
heart
all
by
the
heart.
links for them, I promise you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Hi. So, how was it? Can we have some quick insight sharing?
Yeah, I'll share my thing. So the most important and the most inspiring thing was that, when you do self-love and when you practice gratitude and focus on self-love and looking at the like all the positive aspect of life, that yes, if you can trust your heart, you can trust that that the self-love, gratitude, and understanding the process of life, and just focusing on the positive aspect of life can make a big difference in your life and to the life of others. Because what happens is that when you focus on positivity, self-love, gratitude, it opens all the channels of the nerve, and it opens the strength of the heart to your advantage. So the most beautiful part today I read is that one should focus on self-love, gratitude, and like believing in yourself and understanding the power of heart. That when you practice self-love and gratitude, your heart is working at your best. Then that's how you can get the best benefit out of it for yourself and others. Thank you.
That's great, Manish. Yes, who would like to share next?
Yeah. Author stated the difference between the mind and heart. Mind is full of ego, and heart is directly connected with our intuition. We have to listen the voice of our heart to take any decision. Also, something works for me or it may not work for you. Like meditation may work for me and not for others. So everyone has to figure out what works for himself. And to take any decision, there is a fear, but in some extent, fear is good. If we know there is a danger in taking that decision, we must have a fear and hold that decision. But it does not mean that should paralyze ourselves. If we know the result will be better, we must go ahead. So fear should not paralyze. This is also one statement in that interview. Surely what works for ourselves, we must figure out myself only. This is my take.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah,
Do not use we,
yes.
our. Only use the word me, my, myself, and I. Because only you have access to your heart.
Okay.
Yeah, Pinaki, I just want to add to my insight to what Nilesh said. Nilesh said that that when we know the result will be good, we never know the
Use
result.
I, Manish, use I, me, my, myself.
So, I never know that the result will be good. I have to just follow my intuition of the heart. See, when I'm stuck in taking decisions with option one or two, then I have to focus on my heart, like what my heart says, and it will find the way to take a decision. And you have to
And
trust that.
definitely,
You
in
have to
some
trust
cases,
the intuition of the heart. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
definitely in some cases we know the result. Like
I know, Nilesh, come out from we. Come inside you.
yeah, sometimes I know the result of my decision. Like if there is a glass of poison, I know what is the result if I drink it. So I must should not drink the poison.
No, but that is not a practical option, right? We never think about it. So the what I'm saying is, when we go through day-to-day
मनीष
challenges,
रिप्लेस वी विथ आई
oh, sorry.
बहुत वी कर चुके हो अब अंदर आओ बाहर
Got
रहने
it,
की
got
जरूरत
it.
नहीं है गेट इनसाइड योरसेल्फ
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I am relating to the day-to-day practical challenges of life, whether in office or in day-to-day other things. You know, we let's say I have to take a business decision, right? Whether I have to take option one or option two. So, but if I'm finding it difficult, then I just focus my decision on the heart. You know what my heart is saying, and it will always give me one decision. Like it will help me to take a decision whether to go for option one or two. So that's what I understand from the power of the heart. I don't have to
थैंक यू
really focus on the
थैंक यू
solution of the decision, the outcome of the decision. I have to just take
Yeah,
action.
yeah, but
And
I always consider the pros and cons of that decision.
that is
If
always there. But sometimes I still stuck up. I know the pros and cons of everything, but still I don't take a decision. But if I trust my intuition of the heart, I will take a decision. And this is what I'm supposed to do as per the power of the heart. That is my understanding. And it really
फैंटास्टिक
helps a lot. Yeah.
let us hear from others also
yeah, but
yes
whatever the author stated that in some cases fear is good. That means what?
okay
That
we'll as we read the book we'll discover many things just share whatever is coming to your mind right now as you watch this video what is your insight you don't need to compare it with anybody yes who would like to share next be proactive come on yes Mangala ma'am Samina
I'm still a
Lalita
little very,
yeah
I'm not saying confused, but I'm just trying to absorb his ideas related to the heart and the intuition, which is uh, so very different from, moving from one thought to another. Now it's a totally radical shift which he's asking us to. That don't don't move about in life with the help of thoughts, but with your feelings and intuition. So that great change is making me reflect and reflect and reflect. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, who would like to share next? See, be here. You are here right now. Whether you accept it or not, that only truth is that you are here in this session right now. So be in touch with yourself. You know, it's not Pinaki is asking you about your insight. Pinaki is only being used to ask this question to you by the universe. So universe is asking you what is your insight. This video was supposed to be watched by you. You were not aware of it. Neither those people who, when they got this video recorded, not even me, but it found you. It found you somehow. You didn't watch it yesterday, now you watched it. So the purpose knew by when you are going to watch it. So this was the time and you got it. So what is your insight? What did you get out of this video so far? Yes, who would like to share next? Lalita.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. I think the best ways to connect with my heart is to go in the nature. I love to be there, and I feel very happy when with myself in nature. That is the most appropriate time to just find myself and asking the question, what is the purpose of my life, what I want from the life, what I have learned today, and whatever the regret I did not done yesterday, otherwise I have planned and I was just failed to complete all that task. So nature is a beautiful place to connect with the heart for myself. I think so. And these are the some very positive aspect to just focus this positive aspect of my life, that is the maybe self love, self care, gratitude, and believe in myself. These are some ways how I connect with my heart very much, and I follow the institution of my heart to connect with the world as well. As this is my insight from this video, so thank you.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है. Awesome. Yes, Samina.
Yeah, good morning, all. It was like, I'm already in that phase because yesterday it was a lovely celebration. And whatever I slept, we slept quite late, but till morning, I had this feeling of euphoria. And when I come to this, as you know, Pinaki says, that what you're intended for, it will come to you. So I didn't even know we are starting. I mean, I knew I had read it in the day yesterday that the power of art. I saw many times that, but I never knew that I would be here today because sometimes I attend, sometimes I don't. But I feel that, as he said, the heart is such a powerful organ and we don't use it to its maximum because we are mostly in our thoughts, and one thought after the other leads to a lot of things. We all know what overthinking, confusion, and all that. But I have seen within me, as he said, every heart connects in a different way. So it is either through nature, yoga, meditation, whatever suits you. And for me, I found not only nature, which I just love, all this while after all these celebrations, got over the festivals, my heart was yearning to go to the park. And when I go there, the silence, the bliss, the air, everything invigorates and refreshes me in such a way that when I come back, I feel um, I'm no, like I'm come from some heavenly or blissful place, and I try to continue that bliss because that intuition that comes to us from time to time really helps us and supports us in the It refreshes our mind again, it renews us, and yeah, a lot more. Thank you.
Good. So come inside. You need to get inside. Don't use the words we, our. Then you are not inside yourself. You're just outside. Okay, good. Yes, thank you so much, Pravina. Pravina, would you like to share your insights?
Yeah. Many times doing something is not, yeah, you feel something, I don't know whether I should say it as exciting or it scares you, but you want to do it. So I think that is from the heart. So when we read the book, I think I will get the clarity about that feeling.
Mhm.
Whether it is exciting, why I want to do that without I want to do that though I am feeling mm, exciting or scary.
All right. So let's just small activity. Okay, we'll do it only for a few seconds, maybe say 15-20 seconds. Take your right hand, put it on your heart, and just feel the vibration of your heart right now. What is going on? Great. How many of you noticed that your heart is beating exactly in the same vibration and resonance what you just said? How many of you noticed that exactly what you said, your heart is beating at the same vibration, same resonance? Your heart is actually telling you exactly what you said.
But I noticed one thing before I keeping my hand on the heart, my mind was wandering here and there. When I keep my hand on my heart, all thinking stop, and the whole energy of mind concentrate on the hand. What is the feeling of the heart? This
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly. And did you notice that it is vibrating at the same frequency what you said?
Yes, sir, I feel it.
Yes, the excitement and the newness and the, something thrilling is going to happen. It was there when we put the hand on the heart.
When I put my hand on my heart, get inside, Samina, get inside.
When I put my hand on my heart, yes.
Yes, that's what you did.
Mhm.
Let me give you a secret. Let me share a secret with you. Every decision that you take, every decision, that final thing, that yes, this is what I'm going to do. Every decision that you take comes from your heart. It does not come from your brain. Every decision that you take comes from your heart, and then everything follows. The brain, the mind, the body, everything follows. Even when you choose to use the word you You are deciding to choosing the word you and everything follows. You are using the word we, everything follows. Because consciously you do not use your words to say anything. It just happens. It's an automatic process. Your heart chooses the words for you and then you speak it. Now imagine if you can connect your conscious mind with your heart, what we are going to do over next 8 to 10 weeks as we read this book. We will be connecting our conscious mind with our heart. Just imagine what's going to happen. Right now, what is happening with you is that your heart is directing your subconscious mind, and you are not aware of it. You are not consciously aware of it. And since you are not consciously aware of it, you are not even consciously connected to your heart. Scientifically, it has been proven that every thought that comes to your mind, it comes to the heart about 20 seconds before it comes to the mind. I'm talking with thoughts. Heart doesn't do the thinking. The thinking is done by our conscious mind. So every thought, what we read in the last book, don't believe whatever you think. It stated that every thought which is coming to us is coming from the universe. So the thought first comes to your heart, then the heart passes it on to your subconscious mind, and then your conscious mind picks it up. And then whatever goes is your own thinking, like your own analysis about what about that thought which came to you. So every decision that you and I are taking is taken by the heart. It's not by the mind. Whether you want to do something now or later or never is decided by your heart. Your heart is taking the decision. So essentially what we are going to do as we read this book together is to connect our conscious mind with our heart. Actually setting up that connection, which we have never done so far. Actually connecting my conscious mind with my heart. The thought which is coming to me 20 minutes before, how about getting access to it? 20 seconds before, how about getting access to it? Isn't it amazing? For that, you have to commit yourself. You have to make a commitment. Is if the universe is giving me this great opportunity to being consciously aware and staying consciously connected with my heart, how about actually exploring and learning it? This is exactly what we are going to do with this book. Okay, so I'm sharing a web page and I want one of you to read. So let's Mangala ma'am do the reading.
Yes, I'm always ready to read.
So let me share my screen and requesting everyone to listen to what the way she is sharing, the way she is reading. है ना, आप ऐसे सुनना जैसे आप खुद ही सुन रहे हो, खुद ही पढ़ रहे हो. Okay, and here we go. So all of you can see my screen, ma'am?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
sir.
Is
Okay, so
that
this is something which was written on September 19, 2015. It's almost 10 and a half years ago. So let's see
okay?
what was there 10 and a half years ago has reached us today. All right.
Okay.
So here
Yeah.
we go.
Oh, uh, the movie The Power of the Heart features some of the most inspiring and influential icons of our age, including Coelho, Maya Angelou, Deepak Chopra, Isabel Allende, and the Eckhart Tolle. This film, which ties into a book of the same name, presents fascinating evidence that your heart is much more than a physical organ and that it can actually transform your views of money, health, relationship, and success. The film is an experience that will lead you to uncover and rediscover the treasure in your chest. I had the pleasure of meeting author and filmmaker Baptiste de Pape somewhere in a cozy restaurant in downtown Amsterdam, a place where many locals during hang out during our conversation. Baptiste explained how listening to and connecting with his heart has changed his life completely. Baptiste the Past, Baptiste was born in 1977 in the village of Brandshart in Belgium, and is the initiator of the movie and author of the book The Power of the Heart. Baptiste studied law at the law school in Tilburg in the Netherlands. After his study, he went through a spiritual awareness right before he could place his signature on a contract with a reputable law firm. He decided that a future at a law office didn't feel right for him. The Pap figures out the secrets of the heart and asks himself what it would mean to truly live from the heart and not only from the head. This massive change in consciousness led him to some stunning synchronic events in his life. During his spiritual awareness, the idea was born to produce a movie for which he would interview the most important and contemporary spiritual teachers, authors, and scientists. Baptiste made this movie with his two close friends. Ar- Baptiste made this movie with his two close friends, Arnaud Fio. Where is it gone? Where is it gone? So it's gone. Arnoud Fureur and Mattia van Moorsel, and together with Fluey, he also wrote a book. The book was being released along with the movie. Oh God. The spiritual teachers, writers, and scientists, the so-called co-creators who worked on this project are Paulo Coelho, Yucat Troll, Isabel Allende, Immaculée Labigiza, Mark Nepo, Deepak Chopra, Maya Angelou, Marcy Shimoff, Marianne Williamson, Gazi Zukau, Neil Don Walsh, Michael Beckwith, Rudiger Schna, Linda Francis, Joe Dispenza, John Gray, John Goodall, Howard Martin, Roland Mackey, Dean Shock, and Jami Ann Burke. My interview with Baptiste was planned rather tight between other appointments Baptiste had that day. He was still on the road from Antwerp to Amsterdam, and unfortunately, he ends up in a traffic jam, and our interview was about to fail. He called me from his car and suggested starting the interview over the phone. I had to regroup myself for a moment. This was not what I had in mind, and at the same time, I feel for this busy schedule. Since October 7th, 2014 was his beautiful and inspiring project, The Power of the Heart, was launched. His life had become a roller coaster. By now, his project has been launched in 70 countries, and because of that, Baptiste travels all over the world. I am therefore grateful that we can speak and finally also meet in person. Baptiste apologized to me for the way things were going on. Before, before me sits a sympathetic and ambitious man, and when his dear friends and associates, Arnoux, Philou, Mathigis, Van, Morcel, joined us for a moment, he proudly introduced them to me. I feel admiration for the courage, the perseverance, and for the beautiful end result of their project. The film touched me right in the heart. Interview with Baptiste Pape, initiator of the Power of the Heart. Inge Rinsema. Baptiste, you finished your law studies and you were ready to sign a contract with a reputable law firm. And at that point, you also had this spiritual awareness and you realized that you would not become happy as a lawyer. You decided not to sign the contract because you wanted to live from your heart and not only from your head. Because of a very personal spiritual experience, you came up with the idea of making a movie about the heart. You had no idea how to make a movie, and you also didn't have much knowledge about the heart. How did you progress? Baptiste the Pape. It was a special period, of course. I could start working. I could start working for that huge law firm. They selected me out of many other candidates. It was a golden opportunity, but I just did not see myself living that particular life. This period was very confusing for me, and I had many sleepless nights. At a certain point, I was watching a web class from Oprah Winfrey, A New Earth, Awareness of Our New Life Purpose. Oprah had Eckhart Tolle in her show, and I heard her saying to him, I think that there is nothing more important than to realize what your purpose in life is. I felt very touched by that. Was this also happening to me? Was I becoming aware of my purpose in life? At that very same moment, I felt a powerful impulse from my heart, something I had never experienced before. It seemed like my heart answered my inner questions and wanted me to listen right away. Then I heard Eckhart Tolle saying, is it fine if you ask yourself what you wanted from life? But an even more important question is, what does life want from you? What does life have in store for you? To get a better understanding about this, Toll continued, you have to let silence come into your life. Only in silence you can free yourself from the mental noise that we call thinking. The next morning, I went out for a walk. The purpose was to let the silence come in. During this walk, I had a powerful spiritual experience which made my purpose in life suddenly very clear. I had to find the power of the heart, and I had to find out more about this mysterious energy which fascinated me so much. I just had to make a movie about this. This idea would have never come up in the while thinking about my head because I had no experience whatsoever in making movies. It just wasn't logical. Yet, I never have any doubts about this initiative. My family and friends thought that I had lost my mind, and I could understand that. When I started this project, I didn't tell anybody about it because I wasn't ready to face all the reactions. But after a while, I had to share my plans because everyone noticed that I was so determined and they started to support me. And these same people are my biggest fans now. I'm very impressed and inspired by your movie, The Power of Heart. What kind of feedback have you received so far, and how does that make you feel? Overall, I receive very positive feedback. The power of the heart touches people deeply, and that, of course, touches everyone who worked on this project very much. Sometimes I receive less positive reactions, which I find no problem as long as it is founded. If a journalist tries to criticize the project with facts that are incorrect, for example, then I do disapprove that. What do you decide to release a book simultaneously with a movie? I collected so much wisdom and inspiration through all the interviews with the co creators that I just couldn't process it all in the movie. That's why I decided to collect all that knowledge in a book. How did you manage to get a, the co-creators together to contribute to this project? The co-creators who interested in this project because a movie about the heart is just an opportunity for them to share their knowledge and wisdom with the younger generation in this world before they leave this planet. Are there specific events that emanate from the power of the heart as far as you know? Yes, very much so. I see so many beautiful things emanating from this movie. What I found very special to hear was that India Eri, I'm a big fan of hers because she writes such wonderful lyrics, is a huge fan of the power of the heart. She seems to have watched the movie for over 10 times right now. That touches me. Meanwhile, we have met, and that was certainly very exciting for me. How long did it take you to make the power of the heart? It took.
Hi,
Just a sec.
why has she stopped?
Something happened. Just a sec. Yes, you can go ahead, ma'am. Okay, let me read it. So, how long did it take to make the power of the heart? Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, it took more than 5 years to finish this movie. I started with nothing, zero. I knew nothing about making movies. So, I had to find a film producer. Unfortunately, there was no one who believed in my idea. So, my business partners and I eventually found a retired film producer who was willing to help us. He also needed to raise funds for our project, which took a long time as well. During this time, I kept faith in the project, but I never could have done it all by myself. The heart is often being used as a symbol for love. What does love mean for you? Mean to you? Love to me is an energy on soul level. not necessarily the love you feel for a person. In the beginning of your book, I found the following sentence: "The meaning of life is a life full of meaning," by George Bernard Shaw. Do you feel that you give meaning to your life now that you have chosen this path? Don't you miss the advocacy? For me, it is important that I feel happy about what I am doing right now, that I am enjoying today, and I do so very much. I do not miss the advocacy at all. This particular knowledge comes in quite handy sometimes for the life I live right now. Baptist, I understand that you have been raised in an active Catholic family and that you have been practicing this religion throughout your adult life. Do you see any relationship between your religion and the power of the heart? I think Jesus couldn't agree more with the message that we share in the power of the heart. I think that we are all ambassadors of this time. The message in the power of the heart is universal, just like the message of Jesus. So that's it from this particular website. I'll share this link with all of you.
Sorry, there was some internet problem, it just stopped instantly and I couldn't continue. Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. It was a problem with the Zoom also. Even I got disconnected for a while. So essentially is that make up your mind. Actually make up your mind. See, you are the driver of your bus. It's nobody else. And the driver of the bus never drives the bus with a we concept, because he is at the helm of the affairs. The steering wheel is in his hand. He never says that we thought this is going to happen or we thought this is not going to happen. He says, I thought this is going to happen, or I thought this is not going to happen. So suggestion is that take charge of your bus. At least for next 8 to 10 weeks, 12 weeks, as we read this book together. You are the driver of your bus. The bus is your body. The bus carries the heart that you have. It's the engine of your bus. Okay? And the brain is the other technical parts of that bus, which is being followed by the decision taken by the person who is driving the bus. So my invitation is that take this journey seriously. This journey is something which found you. It's not you found it. Probably you were waiting for it. You were aware of it or may not be aware of it. But this book found you. This journey found you. Okay, stay on this journey. At some point of time, you may find it not much interesting for you, much exciting for you. It may be possible, because many other factors will impact your thought process during those moments. Maybe the universe will also check your pulse, that are you alive or not. The way Paulo Coelho said that many people are doing many things in their life, but they're still dead. They're just getting up in the morning, doing whatever needs to be done, applying logic, where things are working or things are not working, doing a lot of thinking, doing a lot of brainstorming, doing a lot of debates, taking every opportunity to prove that they are right, but yet they are living a life of a dead. Because at the end of the day, they never check where they are on the journey of life.
Yes, that is why they say great minds are not born in the maternity ward. It is what we make of our own life. So, how you sculpt your own life, how you power your own self will change the direction and lead you to a fruitful life. Now, the last book which we read stressed a lot on thoughts. and this one is stressing on the heart. So I think it's going, in the end, it's going to make us really decide how much of the heart and how much of the mind is going to be my driving force. I think this way.
Very true, ma'am. Very true, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, for connecting the dots. Okay, so I'm leaving you here with this wonderful thought, and let's enjoy the journey together.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm closing the session. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.